Ji, my dear learners, welcome to my YouTube channel, Training for All. And this is our second lecture of IOSH Managing Safely. In lecture one, we have discussed about basic introduction of IOSH Managing Safely, as well as we have discussed about what is the safety and why the health and safety is managed. Even we have given the answer of these two questions in detail, that why the health and safety is managed and what is the role of safety supervisor or safety manager, or you can say what would be the responsibilities of safety manager in uh, detail. So today is our second session, and again we will talk about module 1, and I will try to complete it today. In this chapter, again we will talk about these why health and safety managed. Last time I have told you that there are 3 to 4 reasons why the health and safety is managed. First one, that is the legal reason. The second is that is the financial reason. Third one is that is the moral reason. And at some time we can call it the social reason also. And sometimes social reason can be the part of the moral reason. So these are the 3 reasons to manage the health and safety in the organization. Why it is important to manage health and safety? You can see when there is accident, ultimately victim family will be informed that there is a problem, there is a injury, or there is a some accident with your family members. And really, my dear learner, this is a very alarming situation, and this would be the very embarrassing situation when we are informing to the victim family that your family member got the accident. So we should always manage the health and safety efficiently and effectively, so that this situation we should not face. Because when there is accident, ultimately this would be the organization responsibility to inform the victim family. So really, this is not what I should say. It needs a lot of courage to inform. So it means, as we have discussed, that the safety is not the only the requirement of the individual, but it is the requirement of the company as well as your family also, because your family is waiting for your safe return. So make sure that everybody has to contribute towards the health and safety. And furthermore, my dear learners, in case of accident, you can see that court will take the action and victim family may approach to the court. uh, Again, legal action would be taken against the organization. Your organization can be seized, can be given the legal notice, as well as can be given the improvement or prohibition notices as well. And there can be the announcement of the investigation of the accident. And furthermore, uh, there will be a electronic and print media representative will be on your site. It means there will be the reputation loss, there will be the what I should say, goodwill issue. So that's why we manage the health and safety, just to avoid from these losses, just to avoid from the reputation loss, just to avoid from the demoralization of the workers, and furthermore just to avoid from the investigation cost, and just to avoid from the legal notices. That's why we should always work efficiently and effectively, so that we should be able to control the losses. Even in case of accident, there will be the cancellation of the purchase order, and ultimately in result there will be the client loss. And when the once the client dies, ultimately organization will face the losses and employees will be jobless, and even some enforcement action will be taken against the organization. So my dear learner, these are the 3 main reasons to manage the health and safety. First one is the moral reason, second one is the legal reason, and the third one is that is the financial reason. Now, the next question of this chapter, that what are your responsibilities as a manager? As a manager, we have a lot of responsibilities in the organization. As a manager, we are responsible to arrange the toolbox talks in the meeting. We are responsible to arrange the safety seminars and safety meetings in the organization. As a safety manager, we are also responsible to keep the record of accident and incident, to carry out the investigation of accident and incident, And safety manager would also be responsible to ensure the compliance of health and safety laws in the organization. And safety manager would also be responsible to ensure that workers' involvement is there, worker consultation is there. As safety officer would also be responsible to improve the safety culture of the organization, and safety manager would also be responsible to conduct the internal audit of the organization, to carry out the inspections of the organization, and to carry out the hazard identification and risk assessment of the organization also. So, my dear learners, there are many other responsibilities which we have to fulfill as a safety manager. So you are the you are in the front line of the safety. As a manager, you are responsible for making decisions about locals. Yes, as a safety manager, you will be the leader of the safety department, and you have been empowered by the organization. You can take decision at your own that how to manage the safety in the organization, and how to arrange the different activities, when to arrange, and what personal protect equipments are required, where to sign the where to display the safety signs. So there are different types of the routine decisions which would be taken by the safety department, that how to basically manage the health and safety, and how to control the losses, and how to control the damages of the organization. It is very important that as a safety manager, we can assign the responsibility, mean we can assign responsibility to someone. For example, I am the safety manager, and I am giving my responsibility to my safety supervisor or my safety assistant. So please provide the training to the workers to carry out the inspections, or to carry out the internal audit. Mean as a safety manager, we can assign our responsibility to someone, but keep in mind, we can assign the responsibility, but we cannot give away accountability. Accountability means we would be answerable if there is accident. Ultimately, safety manager would be responsible that why it happened, and what can be the reasons, and who would be answerable. Ultimately, your safety manager would be answerable why it happened. So it means simply in this paragraph we can learn, or we understood that safety manager can give the responsibility to someone, but ultimately he would be responsible for good act or for bad act. So when there is accident, who will ask from the ultimately they will ask from the safety manager. So in this module one, we have discussed some aspect that identify. We will discuss what are your responsibilities and accountability as a manager, and we will also be able to know that now when to act and when not to, mean what to do and what not to do, and when to act, when not. Then even moreover, there are many issues related to the health and safety. Some issues can be resolved by the safety manager, and some issues cannot be resolved by the safety manager. So those issues which are not addressed, or which cannot be addressed by the safety manager, those issues must be highlighted and must be communicated to a higher authority. So it means that safety manager has to analyze that which issues need my attention, and which issues need the attention of the senior management or senior manager. So even here you can see on average how many serious work-related injuries occur each year. About IOSH statistics show that about 220 injuries occur each year. Then on average, how many days are lost due to the workplace injuries or ill health? About 30,000. And the next one, what percentage of workplace incident is preventable by good management? Generally, this is very important question, and this question is usually asked during the interview, that at what extent or at what percentage of accident you can control as a safety manager. So usually once this question is asked during the interview, so we have to give it with full confidence that 100% accidents are avoidable. We all know that there are two main causes of accident. One is the unsafe act, and the second one is the unsafe condition. So as a safety manager, we can control the unsafe act that is related to the individual, like the someone is taking the shortcut, violation of the rules and regulations, hurry factors, not following the procedures. These are all about the unsafe act. But at the same time, as a safety manager, we can control the unsafe condition as well. Unsafe conditions are related to the system failure. For example, your working environment is not good. For example, your machinery is not good. For example, you have not been provided the sufficient trainings. You have not been provided the resources. So these are the issues which can be related to the unsafe condition. So as a safety manager, who will be answerable, who will be responsible to control the unsafe condition as well as to control the unsafe act of the organization. So generally we should say that all the accidents, 100% accidents are avoidable, because nothing is impossible, everything is possible. So we can give the confidence to the management that if you will give me the resources like the financial resources, like safety budget, if you will give me the human resources, if you will give me the authority like empowerment, ultimately I can give you the guarantee that zero accident rate will be achieved in the organization. Mean there will be no accident in the organization. On average, how many workers are killed each year? You can see here about 220 workers are killed each year due to the different accident. This occurs the approximately, if we calculate this 200 by month and week, then you can see that 18 people in each month are killed by workplace accident, and 4 people are killed in a week due to the workplace accident. Then on average, how many workers are seriously injured at sometimes would be the minor injury, but in some cases there would be the major injury. And some cases your workers will not return to their job. They will never come back to their jobs. So on average, how many workers are seriously injured at work each year? About 30,000 workers are seriously injured each year. And the next one, this is approximately, if we calculate this 30,000 with month and as well as the with time duration, then you can see here that on every 17 minutes, there is a accident, and further 115,000 workers are off work for over 3 days for less serious injury. In some cases, your worker is having the minor injury and he got the rest from the doctor or from the hospital. Ultimately, during the rest days, either that is a 2 day rest or 1 day or 3 day rest, he will not be productive for the organization. And this is called the last time injury, LTI, in the health and safety field. Then, on average, how many days are lost each year due to workplace injury or illness? About 33 million hours are lost due to the workplace injury or accident. How many people leave the workforce each year, never return to work due to harm suffered at work? Yes, I told you that there would be some cases like some accident, some injured workers. I mean, they are seriously injured, they are disabled, so they never return to the organization due to their loss. You can see here about 25,000 workers are seriously injured and they will never return to work because they got the serious injury, they got the suffer. On average, how many managers, directors are convicted each year? My dear learners, here I want to make it clear that on each and every accident or incident, that must have the proper investigation. In an investigation, we will try to know that what is the cause of accident. Either this is the system failure, this is the fault of the individual, or this is the fault of the safety manager or safety directors. So the purpose of investigation is always to find out the root cause. In most of the cases, the root cause is identified like the system failure. But in some cases, root cause can be that the management says that we have provided the resources to the safety manager, we have given him the authority or empowerment, but he failed to control the losses. So I am not responsible. Who is responsible for this accident? Ultimately, your director, your safety manager. So that shows that what is the basic percentage that how many managers and directors are you can say blamed, are convicted, are found guilty in case of accident. So you can see here about 10 directors or manager each year are considered to be the uh, cause of accident, they would be penalized. Mean in some cases, safety officer will be fined, or in some cases he will be imprisoned. Mean there can be a imprisonment for 6 months in some cases. About 740 cases are brought to court each year on average. So this data shows that if there is accident, ultimately victim family will put the case in the court, and court will issue the legal notice. And if it is proved that this is the fault of the organization and this was the duty of care of the organization, but they fail to fulfill the responsibility, they fail to control the losses. So ultimately, organization will have to face the fine in large amount. What percentage of workplace injury or incident is preventable by good management? Yes. As I told you, generally we say that all accidents are avoidable, all accidents are preventable, but if it is only possible that if the management commitment is there. How we will come to know that the management is committed or not? If there is a proper uh, financial resources are there, safety department is there, and there is the regular visit by the top management and involvement in different safety meetings and seminars and during the audit as well. So that will show that the management is committed. My dear learners, if the management is committed, then everything is possible. Safety manager is not an independent authority. There is the management who would always be providing the resources, who will always be supporting to the safety managers, who would always be uh, conveying the message to the workers that safety comes first. If you have any problem with the machine, if you have any problem with the chemicals, if you have any problem with the environment, just come to us without any hesitation. We will resolve your problem. Do not, even management will convey the message to their seniors that if you feel that something is not safe to operate, do not compel the workers to operate that machine. So generally we say that 70% according to the IOSH, if we have the good health and safety management system in the organization, 70% accidents are avoidable. But generally, if this question is asked during the interview, then my dear learner, you have to say that 100% accident can be achieved. Means zero accident can be achieved, but if we have the resources, if the management is commitment is there, then everything is possible. So here we have the quiz. You can say a manager is dash for day-to-day management of health and safety risk. As we have discussed earlier, that what is the role of the manager? Ultimately, manager has to carry out the risk assessment. He has to carry out the internal audit and inspection. So it means that he is, we can say that the manager is responsible to perform all these different types of the activities in the organization. The purpose is to control the zero accident rate in the organization. So manager is responsible. Then a manager for his or her action and may be required to explain them to others. Yes, we have discussed that manager can assign the responsibility to someone, but ultimately he would be accountable. He would be answerable for his actions. If something is good, he would be awarded or he would be rewarded. If something is bad, in case of accident, in case of losses, ultimately who will be answerable? Your safety manager would be answerable. So a manager is accountable. Manager would be answerable, or you can say accountable. Can effective health and safety management save your money? This is very important question. Yes, if we have the proper health and safety management system in the organization, if we have the safety department, if we have the competent safety officers, if we have the proper trainings, if we have the proper safety culture, if we have the proper safety meetings, safety notices, safety signs in the organization, means safety department is working efficiently and effectively, then we can say that there will be no accident. And if there is no accident, ultimately It means ki we are going to save the money of the organization. So this the answer of this question is yes. If we have the proper health and safety management system, we can save the money of the organization. It means ki organization will grow. Organization would having more prosperity if they have the proper health and safety management system in the organization. Legally, how much must an employer be insured? My dear learners, usually most of the time, most of the organization are insured by the insurance companies. Like they have insured their employees and insured their equipment as well. But here I want to mention it that all the losses during the accident would not be compensated by the insurance company. Insurance company can only compensate you in the form of medical treatment costs, in the form of equipment repair, or you can say at some extent compensation claims. But many of the losses cannot be compensated by the insurance company. For example, your reputation loss would not be compensated by insurance company. Your client loss, your employers high turnover mean when your employers are unhappy, they will try to leave the organization. Even when your employees are not happy, there will be high employee turnover. They will be demotivated and they will be not much productive for the organization. Even investigation costs will not be compensated by the insurance company. So my dear learners, even we can say that the uninsured cost mean there are two types of the cost in accident. One is the insured cost which will be paid by the insurance company. Second one is the uninsured cost. So we always say that uninsured cost is high as compared to the insured cost. Insured cost which will be paid by the insurance company, and uninsured cost which will not be paid by the insurance company. If a worker is injured, cannot work, will insurance will cover all financial losses? No. We have discussed that all financial losses will not be covered by the insurance company, like your training costs, your production loss, your production delay, your client loss, your employer turnover, your training costs, your recruitment costs, your time delay, your reputation goodwill issue. These costs will not be compensated by the insurance companies. What is the cause of workplace injury and work-related ill health each year to a British society? Generally, we say that either we talk about the America OSHA statistics or IOSH or NEBOSH statistics, we say that the 4% of the national economy, that is the GDP or that is the GNP, are lost every organization if they have the accident or if they have the different accident in the organization. So managing health and safety gives you a helping a hand with your other responsibility. Yes, if we are managing the health and safety, as we discussed, our organization will grow, and ultimately, if there is no accident, my performance will be good. I will be appreciated and what I should say promoted, and will be giving more authority in the organization. So if we have the health and safety management system in the organization, what we will get from that system ultimately will lead to enhancing your reputation. Your reputation will be improved. Your profit will also be increased. Your wastage will be reduced. You know, during the production, there will be a different types of the wastage. Ultimately, if we have the health and safety management system, those wastage will be reduced. And insurance premium, how insurance premium will be introduced, reduced? My dear learners, if we don't have the accident in the organization, then we can put the request to the insurance company. So please reduce the insurance premium because we are managing the health and safety efficiently and effectively. So they will say they will say yes, you are right, because there is no compensation claims from last 2 years or 3 or 5 years. So your insurance premium which you are paying to insurance company on annual basis, that would be reduced. Maintaining happy workforce. If you have the good health and safety management system, your employees will be happy, they will be motivated, and they will be more productive for the organization. So your employees will be happy and motivated. And furthermore, keeping your business healthy and safe by thinking about health and safety when planning it. This is also very important. Safety is not that field that we are thinking at the later stage. It should be in the decision making process when we are talking about the production, when we talking about the quality. On that time, we should talk about the health and safety. Mean there should be a balance between the production, quality, and the safety. Talking about health and safety with your team, always discuss with the team members, always follow the open door policy. Demonstrating safe and healthy working behavior should also be there. Everybody should be treated equally, and safety led by example. Demonstrating behavior mean that we have to follow the rules regulation as a safety manager, as a supervisor. Then we can expect that my workers, my other employees will follow the procedures of the organization. Remember, managing health and safety is an essential part of your job, not something you do in addition. Yes, this is not a part-time job, my dear learners. This is a full-time job. So the person who is managing health and safety, he should be spared from other activities. It's not an addition to your job. It's an independent job. It means again, if that is the independent, that will be indicated by the management commitment. If the management commitment is there, then you can see that everything will be available in the organization. So, my dear learner, this is all about our module, and we discussed this module in two lecture, lecture 1 and lecture 2. I hope you got this chapter in detail. If you have any type of question, my mobile number is available there. You can comments, and this is all about this lecture. So I request you at the end of this session, please subscribe my channel, so you would be able to get the latest video, and we have a further chapters of module 2, 3, 4, and even up to 7. We will discuss your feedback, your suggestion, and your comments will always be welcome, and that will be a source of motivation for me. So thank you very much. Wish you best of luck.